Boys, season 3. I watched it. I finished. I'm caught up. I didn't do a video on season 1 and season 2. I did post kind of a review on both of those seasons in my Instagram, which is myopinionsucks_. If you guys want to go check out my Instagram, I post more reviews there of certain maybe movies or shows that I probably wouldn't make a video on. Maybe something on a smaller scale, I don't know, that I don't feel like making a video on, or just feel like it's more for a post. But anyways, The Boys season 3, that's what I'm here to talk about. And I finally finished it. So yeah, I guess an overview too of the whole series as a whole, pretty much. To kind of recap, I guess I like the show. I do like the show, even though season 2 wasn't as good or as great as season 1. Season 1 for sure was a lot better for me, in my opinion, than season 2. I just felt like season 1, just the whole idea of, okay, we're in this world of superheroes, not Marvel and not DC, and it's a more realistic view on what people with powers would be like. It's kind of like, the idea of money changes people, but then the counter to that is money just reveals who you truly are. And I feel like this show is kind of the idea what they're using with powers. It just reveals who people really are, what they can be. And I really like the idea of that in the first season. It's a whole new look on it. It was kind of playing fun with the whole heroes being run by this corporate machine, and just what that looks like. I thought it was great. I thought it was some good action sequences and drama, and obviously a lot of things for shock value. Each episode left you with something new and something crazy happening that I really enjoyed. But I remember saying after season 1 that I didn't love it. I didn't love the show yet. And season 2, it kind of brought me back even further from loving it, as far as some of the stories that they were bringing in, some of the side plots that they were having, some of these characters go through. It just didn't intrigue me as much as the first season did. And I feel like, I feel like season 2 left me with moments of boredom in times, even though I still thought it was good. I still thought it was some good stuff in there. It just, there were some things about season 2 that I just didn't love. Again, some of the side plots, particularly with Deep, I feel like they just didn't know what to do with him. Some of the things with Butcher that I feel like towards the end of the season just didn't all the way make sense, but that's just me. Season 3, however, I think I am finally to the point where I can see why people love this show. I love a lot of what this season did, and I don't know if I love the show yet. I like the show very, very, very much more, though. This was a great season. It really was. This was a really, really great season. And first of all, hold on. I might talk about some spoilers here. I think for me to fully give my opinion on some of this stuff, it has to include some spoilers. It's not going to be on everything as far as what happens, big plots, but I feel like there's some plot points that I will include, so I can kind of ultimately talk about and give my opinion about what I want to say about these things. And first of all, I feel like they inserted 2 different things in this season that really pushed the story for me forward and made me care more. And I thought did a great job with them including it into the season. And that is Soldier Boy, not that Soldier Boy, Soldier Boy, and Temporary V, which is, it gives you powers. It's a drug pretty much to, you inject yourself and you get powers for 24 hours. I thought the inclusion of those 2 different plot points was really critical to, critical to the point of whether I was going to like the show or not, or like the season or not. And I feel like it added so much more, because we know these heroes are jerks. We know they're all, egotistical maniacs, and they're looking for just the fame and their image. But you can kind of see the mindset of how they get there by the inclusion of Temp V. Specifically with Huey, he begins to use it, him and Butcher, and you can kind of see him falling in love with it and how it's making him feel. And I feel like them including that, it kind of really gets into the mind space of some of these heroes and what they feel ultimately. Why is it that they're so egotistical? And I feel like they just did a good job of that. I thought everyone here did a great job. Their roles. Another thing that I really loved about this season is character building. Character development in this season to me was the best they've had in all 3 seasons. Particularly with Butcher and of course Homelander. Particularly with those 2 characters, it's great writing, man. It really is. Some of the stuff that they did with Homelander here. I mean, first of all, Homelander, Anthony Starr, this guy is crazy, man. He's insanely good at playing this guy. And every time he's on the scene, he just your eyes are glued to the scene, to the screen. Your eyes are hooked. You don't want to look away, but you're also afraid of what the heck he's gonna do. And that is perfect writing for a villain. That is a perfect villain in my opinion. Of any show that right now, out of all the shows that are playing right now, any series, he is just a villain that I'm hooked. I just want to know what the heck he's gonna do next, and it scares me because I care about these characters, right? So yeah, I thought he did great. I thought Butcher did great. Some of the character development and him kind of getting to know more about his past a little bit too, and kind of why he is the way he is, and also pointing these 2 characters out. It's, you know, there's some mirroring things going on in both of their groups, right? You have Homelander fighting for control, fighting to keep his image pure and clean, fighting to just keep everyone in line with what he wants to do, and he's putting fear in everyone. Butcher, on his hand, there's a lot of similarities in that. He's also trying to keep everyone in line. He is the one calling the shots for the boys. He's the one, and he does it in a way where it makes him come off as a jerk, kind of like Homelander. You can see both groups starting to kind of look at him kind of in the side view, right, in a sideways kind of type of view. So I think to me, you write these both characters in opposite ways. They're both kind of, Butcher's going after Homelander. He wants him dead, and he's going about it in ways where the whole group doesn't agree with. And I thought that was really cool. I thought they also went more in depth with the boys as well. I thought his story as well really interested me more, and the type of guy he is and why he's also doing what he's doing. The background again with Soldier Boy and what he did to his family, I thought was really interesting and really significant to what he was going through. And again, his background with his daughter, I just really dug his character and everything that and the way he's seeing things. He's starting not to agree with Butcher, and the way Butcher wants to go about things. And then there's Frenchie and Kimiko. I love Kimiko. She's probably one of my main crushes right now in television. But aside from that, I thought it felt almost as if they just didn't know where they wanted to write those 2. And they have a real personal side story going on, subplot going on with them 2 that I really actually liked because of them, because of Friendship, because of Kimiko. If it was really anyone else, I don't know if I would care as much. But because it's them 2 and they're going through some struggles, I really enjoyed their journey in this season. You also have Huey and then Starlight and kind of where their relationship is going as well. I liked a lot of that as well. I thought Huey really stepped up in this season, even though there's parts of me that didn't love a lot of the things that he was doing in times. I don't know if it's him or the writing or what. Some of the decisions that he would also do kind of, I don't know, they kind of made him a jerk in times of the season. That's fine. It just, yeah, I mean, of course, and he was the one taking temp fees. So there's certain things about him that I just didn't love. And Starlight, she's trying to, you know, kind of she's on both sides, right? She's a hero, she's a soup, but she's also trying to, you know, help out the boys, and I just like the conflict in that, and that's what I loved about this season is the conflict in a lot of these characters and what they're going through. And that brings me to Soldier Boy. They unfreeze. He's pretty much the Captain America of the show. They unfreeze him. They bring him back to life after many, many years of him, people thinking he's dead, and they feel Butcher and the boys feel like this is the guy that can beat Homelander. And so Soldier Boy wakes up and he cut the deal with the boys, pretty much saying, help me find my old team so I can kill them, and I'll fight Homelander and I'll kill him. And I just thought that whole dynamic of the show really brought this show up to a new level. I loved it. I loved that whole angle, that whole idea, that whole story of what they were doing and what Soldier Boy was going through. I thought the actor, I forget his name. I gotta stop doing that. And part of me is one day stop doing these reviews while driving. Nonetheless, I thought he killed it. I thought he did an amazing job. Every time he came on the screen, I thought he was a scene stealer. He did great. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed all of that. Again, Homelander, in the end, steals the show for me. He is the perfect villain. There's just so much more that I can talk about, but those are kind of the main things that I really wanted to touch on why I love this season. Again, it elevates what season 1 and season 2 already did and what they were doing, and it just brings it to a new level. There are some negatives again. Some of the subplots again still doesn't intrigue me as much. The deep A-Train, some of his things, even though towards the end of A-Train's story of this season, they actually did make it interesting, and they actually added some things in there that made me care about him and what he was kind of going through. I really enjoyed that. You got Queen Maeve in this as well. There's more going on with her and what she's going through. I thought they utilized her pretty well. And there's, again, some of the negatives, and this is kind of a spoiler to what she did. She does something in this that, again, not to spoil exactly what it is she does, but that could have killed her. And honestly, in my opinion, should have killed her. But it almost seems like the show is afraid to kill major characters off sometimes. Even though the first episode of the whole series is killing Huey's girlfriend, which probably many of us thought was going to be a significant part of the show. And for some reason, it seems like this show, the writers, I don't know what, they're afraid to kill off main characters. I'm not saying that I want everyone to die. I don't want just for the hell of it. But I feel like there's been moments in the series throughout and this season where somebody should have died and they just didn't because they're heroes, they're supes, they have powers. But again, I feel like they could have done something there with Queen Maeve. Another subplot that I didn't care about, not so much that I didn't care about, but I felt very anticlimactic, was Black Noir. And I felt like he's been mysterious, he's been kind of, you don't know much about him, and in this season you get to know more about him, which was cool, but they dump it on you so quickly and in a way where it's kind of funny. They almost kind of bring him down to kind of almost like a comedic, no, I don't want to say comedic, but yeah, they bring him to a comedic character almost, as far as how they're telling you his story. And the way it ends, man, it just left me kind of like, man, that sucks. I don't know, I just didn't love that about his plot, his overall character. But again, nonetheless, season 3 of The Boys, in the end, was a great season. My favorite season so far. It goes 3, 1, and 2. Season 2 being the least favorite of mine. And I really enjoyed it. I really did. I'm excited for what they're going to do with season 4. I know they brought in Jeffrey Dean Morgan, which is great. Huge fan of his. I'm excited to see what the heck he's going to bring to the show. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this. The action scenes was great. The character development to me is what made this show, this season, much better than the first 2. And the best season of The Boys. And now, yeah, I'm rating now things out of 5. I recently changed that just because I think it's easier. It gives me, not as, out of 10, it just feels like there's just too much variety, too much, I don't know. I feel like it's easier just to rate things out of 10 just for the heck of it. I feel like out of 5, I really have to kind of make my choices much more significant in what I'm going to do there. So I think out of 5 so far, this season 3 to me was a 4.3 out of 5. It was really, really good. It could have been almost perfect, but there's certain things here and there that I just didn't love. But nonetheless, it's a great show, great season. I'm excited for season 4. What do you guys think? Does my opinion suck? Let me know. Please comment, please subscribe, follow me. There's my Instagram, myopinionsucks_. Check it out. Thanks once again. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.